Okay, Operation Broken Blade. Welcome to Mayday Media. We're going to go over this sex trafficking underage children story happening over in LA. This is another big bust and arrest. Another example of why we need to start taking action. Like, subscribe if you can. Help me out a little bit. Try to go over some of these stories like this so you might find some of interest. Federal agents say they've struck another blow at a major sex trafficking pipeline in South Los Angeles, arresting 10 people and identifying more than 50 alleged victims along the Figueroa Corridor. Authorities on Wednesday unveiled a second phase of Operation Broken Blade, which targets what prosecutors describe as a long-running criminal enterprise on the exploitation of vulnerable girls and young women. Six alleged members and associates of the Hoover Criminal Gang, plus a manager of the stadium, inn, and spas, were charged in a 65-count superseding indictment that includes charges of racketeering, sex trafficking of adults and minors, drug trafficking, and money laundering. Again, men are going to have to start kind of speaking out. You're going to start talking about this stuff. These women, if they're not talking how bad this stuff is, they're going to have to be pointed out how bad it is. They're like children. You're going to be like, no, that's bad. Prosecutors say traffickers recruited runaways, foster youth, and others in crisis, then used threats, addictions, and violence to control them and seize all profits from these sex acts they were then forced to carry out. Some defendants are accused of trafficking minors as young as 14 and coercing a pregnant minor into an abortion so she could return to commercial sex the same day. Understand that. We're going to start reading out these articles to these women here, because I guess they seem to think that, well, that's just these other people's way of life. But no, this needs to end. One of them bit a piece of meat out of a victim's cheek down to the cartilage, says First Assistant U.S. Attorney Bill Essayli. One of them bit a piece of meat out of a victim's cheek down to the cartilage. The motel manager, Ided, a 45-year-old Mushkamishimari Rambahir Ahir, is accused of funneling more than $64,000 in trafficking proceeds and structuring deposits to avoid detection, per KTLA investigation. Which means that's how they got caught, was the restructuring of money, aka laundering. Investors tell ABC 7 that Ahir wasn't directly involved in trafficking himself, but that he still profited from the prostitution ring. Several defendants face mandatory minimums of 15 years and possible life sentences and convictions, according to DOJ. I've got a picture of them, of everybody involved. Here it is. Brothel kingpin swarmed at the motel he managed by a SWAT team in Los Angeles. Ahir Mashkukashiyar, the manager of the stadium, inn, and spa in famous Figueroa Corridor. Prosecutors say Mukesh, I didn't know how to say, rents 90% of the rooms to men for prostitution with some of the girls. Operation Broken Blade was part of a federal takedown that targeted pimps and human traffickers to stop illegal sex industry plaguing the Figueroa Corridor. In up to a dozen simulation raids, 10 defendants were arrested, including 6 men from LA's infamous Hoover Gang. Hoover Gang targets foster children and runaways, forcing them into trafficking by violence and even branding them with tattoos. LA's top federal prosecutors, Bill Essayli, labeled the Hoover Gang as the worst of the worst. And here they are. Wow. There's your traffickers, baby doll. See what we got. Well, Los Angeles LAPD are conducting a major sex trafficking operation at Los Angeles motel authorities say is known for trafficking activity. I'm told this is part of Operation Broken Blade. There's some more of it. A little inn where you're just selling your daughter's ass right on the street. Here's some more of them. Look, the gangster. They'll be out in a year, right back at it. There they are. Welcome to America, baby. USA. USA. Got to be proud. Well, anyway, like, subscribe, help me out so that I can help these people out. If not, make your own damn videos. Thank you.